Hi, hello. Welcome to Now We've Said It, a brand new audio slash visual podcast. Today I have my boyfriend Mike here, and we are going to be talking about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and New York. So, y'all, before we get into it, we have some wine here. We're going to break it open, talk about it, get into the recap. So, the wine that we have here, Mike actually picked this out months ago, because we were supposed to start this months ago, but that's another story for another day. So Mike picked out this wine, so do you want to talk about it a little bit and why you picked it out?
I mean, yeah, I don't really know what to talk about it. I picked it out entirely based on the label because it was a map, and I like pirates.
So here's what the label looks
Pirates
like.
use maps.
For those of you that are only listening to this, it is a beautiful bottle. It does have a map on it, and the name of the wine is Silk and Spice, and is a 2017 Portugal Red Blend. So we're going to pour it up, and look at this cute little wine stopper for those of you that can't see. So Mike made this wine stopper himself. They are super nice.
It's supposed to be an apple, I guess.
Look how nice that is. So if you want one, you can purchase them from him. I will put his Etsy shop in the description box down below, and it'll also be on the details page of your Apple, iTunes, Android, whatever you listen to in your podcast. All the links will be in the notes provided if you guys want to pick up one of these wine stoppers for yourself. Or you can get, if he can make it, you can get a specialty one. So we're going to pour the wine now. I'm going to see if I can read a little bit about this wine before we get started. So just to give you guys a little bit more information, just in case you're interested in this wine. So this wine is described as a ruby-colored red wine blend characterized by intense aromas of ripe and red black fruit, such as blackberries and ripe plum. A spicy character evokes vanilla, black pepper, pink peppercorn combined with hints of mocha. It is full-bodied with a balanced taste, very soft tannins, and a long and balanced finish. So I'm going to try this. It sounds like something I would really like, so let's give this a try.
It has an intense aroma.
I don't think it smells very intense. It smells good.
I know, I was just reading the description. I didn't make wine face.
I really like this. This is very, very good. I'm very impressed.
I know what I'm doing.
Okay. So we're going to get ready and get into these recaps.
Should we describe why it's surprising that I picked out a good one?
Okay, you guys. So Mike does not drink wine. When we first got together, I feel like he only drank wine to impress me.
Yes.
And now the lust, the butterflies are gone, and he came true. He came clean, and he admitted to me he don't give a fuck about wine. And in fact, he hates it.
I do give a fuck about wine. It's just the opposite of how you do. Like, I adamantly loathe wine. It's disgusting.
So he hates it. He makes this thing called wine face, and hopefully you guys will get to see that soon. But there was no wine face today, so there is no wine face to be seen because this wine is good.
Wine face is essentially bitter beer face. I'm not doing it on purpose. I can't control it.
He can't. He just like scrunches up his face, so he can't even fake a wine face for you guys. But this wine is delicious. I'm definitely gonna repurchase this.
It is very okay.
Yeah. Okay, so y'all, also before we get into this, I do want to let you guys know that this is Mike's first time watching any Housewives ever. So before we get into this, I just want to ask you, what were your first impressions of the Housewives? Just overall, in general, the franchise, the show, what do you think about it?
I see the entertainment appeal.
Mm-hmm.
I see why it's entertaining. Overall, it makes me very sad.
Like most people, a lot of us like to watch the Housewives. I'm going to say this, when I first started watching Housewives, I watched it as an intro. I wanted to peek behind the curtains of the rich and the famous, or the rich. They weren't necessarily famous when we first started, but y'all know now that there are now some of them to the Bravo universe, us. They are household names, but to a lot of people, I just kind of wanted to know what it was like, how rich people live their lives and stuff, and it gave us a really good window into that.
I would like to say that I do not think this is a good representation of rich people. I don't think all rich people are this batshit crazy. I think these are crazy people who wanted to be on TV.
I agree with that too. They say, you have people that are just happy with being rich, and then you have people that want to be rich and famous, and that is definitely the case with Housewives. So we're going to go ahead and start off with New York. Mike also got very lucky. He got 2 really good episodes. Y'all know Beverly Hills is not always bringing the drama, but he got in on a really good episode of Beverly Hills. But we're going to go ahead and start off with New York. So the episode that we're watching is season 12, episode 16, and it is called Not Very Mariachi. Not Very Mariachi. That's a cute name. So this episode takes place after Ramona's 63rd birthday party, where she's like all embarrassed and stuff about Leah and somewhat Sonia's behavior, but she really only talks about Leah's behavior. The episode starts off with Luann. She is organizing a spa day for the women at the Fortune Society. So she's setting up, getting them makeovers, which I think is a really sweet gesture. I'm really proud of Luann for, stepping up her community service game. I don't know if you guys remember, but in the earlier seasons of New York, Luann...
Community service?
Luann tried to do community service, and she went down to the neighborhood, and she told this little black girl, and to her face, this was Countess Luann. Y'all remember Countess. This was when she was still a countess. She went down to, they were having some sort of, community service event or whatever, and the little kids, she was asking them what do they want to be, and all the other kind of stuff, and she was a little chubby, but she was young, and Luann said, what do you want to be? She goes, oh, I want to be a model, and Luann looked this little girl right in the face and said, oh, well, you have to lose a little bit of weight first, but it's definitely like in your future, or whatever she said. It was very much like, why are you saying this to this little girl? Build her up, give her the potential, so we can definitely see a little bit of...
Well, what kind of model she want to be? You could be on Instagram and be thick as hell.
There was no Instagram back then. This was before
I thought
Instagram.
You were talking about, she said this recently.
No, this was before Instagram. This is, like I said, when she was a countess, years ago. This spa day for these ladies, and Ramona comes in, and... I did not know this at the time, and maybe I forgot it, but Leah reveals that Ramona asked everybody at the party to donate $100 to her birthday so that she could get a designer bag. I mean, bitch. Ramona is a trip. I was shocked. You know what? I would like to say I'm shocked, but I'm not shocked because that is typical Ramona behavior.
I want to say this woman is, like, gross, personality-wise, but... When you told me she was in her 60s, what the hell?
She doesn't look it.
No, like I'll that is the one nice thing I will say about her. She is very lucky.
True Renewal, or wherever the hell her beauty line is. Ramona has her own line of skincare, and True Renewal, I believe. And Ramona looks good. She's a great looking 63-year-old. She looks fabulous. No shade.
The level of anxiety in her body and the high stress is just keeping everything tense and tight.
Yeah, y'all. He got to see Ramona.
It's not that. I don't think her beauty's going to help it. You got to have like some crazy behind you to keep your cells tight.
Yeah. He got to see the crazy Ramona eyes that we all know and love.
She's a very intense woman.
She is very intense. And then we also see, so Ramona also comes to the spa day. Ramona, Leah, Sonia, and Dorinda all show up to support support Luann for the spa day, which I thought was really sweet. So Ramona gets there, and she says, I think she's talking to Luann, and she's talking about how embarrassed she is, by Sonia and Leah's behavior at the party. Here's my thing. I feel like she should have been more upset. I know you didn't see this episode, but I think Ramona should have been more upset with Sonia's behavior than Leah's. All Leah was doing was dancing. And
I don't need to see more.
Yeah.
There's enough info in that episode.
Oh, yeah. To
see that there's a massive double standard and future behavior in this episode.
Mm-hmm. Right. So Ramona's saying how she's like disappointed, and specifically Leah, but she did, touch on Sonia a little bit. You get Ramona playing both sides of the table. Is she upset with Sonia and Leah? Well, I think she's jealous of Leah, clearly, like Dorinda was saying. Leah's young, she's thin. I just feel like, and then the thing about it, Ramona and Leah kind of had this mother-daughter relationship kind of earlier in the season. I think Ramona is just like completely done with Leah because, Leah likes to act up a little bit when she has a few drinks, but they all do. So I don't really see why Ramona is singling Leah out and not really going in on Sonia just as hard as she's going in on Leah. So then Dorinda comes into the spa day, y'all, and she's whipping out her foot in front of everybody at the spa day to show that she got glass in her foot from when Sonia was dancing on the ottoman or wherever Sonia was dancing on, and she was stepping on that glass thing and she broke it. Sonia was acting a complete fool. Now we know Sonia likes to act up, y'all, but the thing about it is with New York, they like when Sonia is contained to their group, but when they're out in public, they don't like Sonia to act like that. And Sonia was acting a complete ass of herself at that party. She acted way worse than Leah did, and it's just crazy that Ramona is not like getting on Sonia for her behavior instead of she's like focusing on Leah.
I am on Leah's side here. There's definitely some people, or not people, but there's definitely animosity there.
Yeah.
But property damage is one thing. If she was at her birthday party with little kids there and she had her
there weren't kids there.
She said her daughter was there.
Her daughter's 20.
Oh, then none of this matters.
She graduated college.
None of this matters.
Her daughter's grown.
I keep forgetting she's in her 60s.
Yeah.